There's a kind of exhaustion that doesn't show up on any medical test. It's not the kind that comes from working too hard. It's not the kind that comes from sleeping too little. It comes from spending too much time around the wrong energy. And the most confusing part is this: from the outside, your life looks fine. Nothing catastrophic happened. You're not in a dramatic crisis. You're not falling apart in a way that people can easily point to. But inside, something feels heavy in a way you can't fully explain. You feel drained before the day even starts. You feel unmotivated in a way that doesn't match your circumstances. You feel disconnected from things that used to feel meaningful. And then you start asking yourself a question that scares you a little. Am I tired of life? But then something doesn't add up. Because when you're alone, something shifts. The air feels lighter. The noise inside your head gets quieter. You breathe differently when no one is watching. And that's when the real question begins to form. What if it's not life draining you? What if it's the people in it? Psychology is very clear on this distinction. And today I want to show you 7 signs that what you're feeling is not depression, not burnout, not a loss of purpose. It's something far more specific. And far more fixable. If this is hitting you right now, type hit in the comments and write the number 1 to 7 that you feel the hardest. Don't sit there acting tough. Silence is how you stay stuck. You feel better when you're alone. Not sad alone. Not hiding alone. Peaceful alone. There's no pressure when you're by yourself. No performance. No managing how you come across. No overthinking whether someone misunderstood what you said. No walking on eggshells. No monitoring your tone. No trying to be easy to deal with. Your mind finally gets to stop working so hard. And for the first time in a while, being alone doesn't feel like something is missing. It feels like something has been returned to you. If you've started looking forward to time alone the way you used to look forward to being with people, that shift is not something wrong with you. That's your nervous system giving you a report your brain has been trying to ignore. Some relationships are taking more than they give. Talking starts to feel like work. A message pops up on your phone. You don't hate the person. You're not angry. You're not in a feud. But you feel a weight in your chest. You tell yourself, I'll respond later. Later turns into night. Night turns into the next day. And you still don't want to answer. That's not because you're lazy or cold-hearted. It's because that conversation costs emotional energy and you've been running on empty. Even casual conversation becomes exhausting, because you're not just talking, you're managing. Managing expectations. Managing reactions. Managing what you can and can't say. Managing how to avoid triggering another round of drama or judgment. Your social battery isn't low because you're broken. Your social battery is low because too many interactions are not neutral anymore, they're draining. Other people's negativity hits you harder than it used to. Before, you could handle it. Someone complained. You listened. Someone vented. You supported. Someone panicked. You stayed calm. But now? They haven't even finished their first sentence and you already feel yourself sinking. You feel heavy. You feel irritated. You feel like you need to escape. Not because you're mean. Because you're overloaded. When your system is full, you can hold space. When your system is empty, holding space becomes a punishment. And here's the truth most nice people don't want to admit. If you keep absorbing everyone's problems like it's your job, you're training people to use you like an emotional trash can. That's not kindness. That's weakness disguised as kindness. Stop volunteering to be drained. You stop explaining yourself. You used to try. When someone misunderstood you, you clarified. When someone accused you, you defended. When someone twisted your words, you corrected. Now, you just don't. Not because you don't care, but because you've learned, some people don't listen to understand. They listen to win. They don't want the truth. They want control. They want to be right. They want to keep you in a position where you're always proving yourself. So you stop handing them ammunition. You choose silence not because you have nothing to say, but because you're done paying the price of being misheard on purpose. If you've ever explained yourself until your throat went dry and still got twisted, drop A and comment, "I stop explaining." That decision alone can save your mind. You avoid certain people and you feel lighter. There are people you used to be close to. Or at least, you used to show up for them. Now, when you see their name, your body reacts before your mind even catches up. Your shoulders tighten. Your stomach drops. Your mood changes instantly. Not because something dramatic happened, but because you know what's coming. A conversation that leaves you drained. A subtle jab disguised as a joke. A complaint session that never ends. A vibe that makes you feel small, guilty, or on edge. So you start creating distance. And the shocking part is, you feel relief. That relief is not you being selfish. That relief is your nervous system finally getting oxygen. Your body knows who restores you and who drains you. Even when your brain keeps trying to be fair and nice and understanding. Let me say it bluntly. Being fair to everyone is the trap of people who don't have boundaries. You don't owe anyone access to you. You crave depth and you can't fake it anymore. You don't want more people around you. You want real people. You want conversations that actually mean something. You want connection where you can be honest without being punished for it. You're done with friendly but empty. Done with close but fake. Done with interactions where everyone is performing. You start valuing quality over quantity. Your circle gets smaller not because you hate people, but because you can't pretend anymore. And yes, that can feel lonely for a while. But it's not loneliness from being unwanted. It's loneliness from outgrowing shallow connection. That's not a flaw. That's growth. If you're choosing few but real instead of many but empty, comment depth. And if someone you know has been withdrawing lately, share this with them not as an attack, but as a mirror. You're tired in a way sleep doesn't fix. You sleep, but you wake up tired. Not physically tired like you ran a marathon. Mentally tired. Emotionally tired. It's the kind of tired behind your eyes. Because this isn't normal fatigue. This is emotional exhaustion. And emotional exhaustion doesn't heal the same way physical exhaustion does. Sleeping helps, but it doesn't solve it. Because the real drain isn't your schedule. The real drain is your environment. It's spending hours around people who make you second guess yourself, shrink yourself, over-explain yourself, carry emotions that aren't yours, absorb stress you didn't create. You're not overreacting. You're not too sensitive. You're just finally paying attention to what it costs you to stay connected to the wrong energy. If you feel lighter alone than around certain people, feel like conversation is work, feel hit harder by negativity, stop explaining yourself, avoid certain people and feel relief, crave depth and can't fake shallow connection anymore, and feel tired in a way sleep can't fix, then no, you're not tired of life. You're tired of the wrong people. You're tired of the wrong energy. You're tired of giving too much from an empty cup. And here's what I want you to do today: simple, practical, and real. Write down 3 people or groups that drain you the most after you interact with them. Write down 3 people or activities that restore you after you do them. This week, cut 1 pointless interaction. Replace it with 1 hour of quiet: walk, workout, journal, read, sleep early, anything that returns you back to yourself. Stop being available to everyone. Stop acting like you're required to answer every call, solve every problem, carry every mood. That's not kindness. That's you being weak enough to let people take from you without earning it. Grow a spine. Protect your peace. If you want part 2, how to set boundaries without guilt, comment boundaries. I'll make it direct, practical, and impossible to misunderstand. Follow/subscribe so you don't miss the rest of this series. You don't need cheap motivation. You need a real wake-up call.